Boy, Alabama, y'all are terrible, aren't you? My God. Y'all are getting ran out of your own building by the Hilljacks. Look at this. Look at this guy. He laugh like a bowl full of jelly, humiliating you in Bryant-Denny Stadium, beating you worse than Texas. Man, this is bad. Mildew throws yet another interception in the end zone. Well, first of all, how many interceptions does Mildew have total? And then how many interceptions has he thrown into the end zone? He's thrown, what, 3 interceptions into the end zone? It's horrible. You can't run the ball. You're letting look, Tennessee can't really run the ball either. Let me look at stat. Joe Milton. Yeah, Joe Milton is lighting up this thing. Joe Milton, 175 yards passing. What has happened? What has happened? Best offensive line in the country? That's what we were told. That's been a lie since week 1. Best secondary in the country. That's turning out to be a lie. Texas lit that secondary up. And now you're letting a below average Joe Milton and Tennessee passing offense light you up. 175 yards passing for Milton. He's 16 of 22. For this guy couldn't complete 50%. He's got twice the yards and touchdowns in 1/2 against you on the road than he had at home last week against Texas A&M. Alabama's horrific. Jalen Milroe, 10 of 14. It's all short passes, though. 117 yards, 1 touchdown, the 1 interception, like I mentioned, that he threw into the end zone. But look at this. Negative 26 yards rushing. The only benefit to playing Jalen Mildew at QB is his ability to run the ball. He doesn't run at all. I don't know if the rumors about his ankle injury are true, or I don't know. I have no idea. But this is an absolutely pitiful Alabama team. And hats off to Tennessee. They've gone on the road into Bryant-Denny, and even if Alabama's having a bad year, that's a hard place to go into and not just win, and who knows? We got a whole nother half of football. So I'm not saying by any means that this game is over. Look, as a Georgia fan, I've gone into many a halftime with a lead against Alabama just to end up losing the game. So anything can happen in the second half. But my God, Tennessee looked good in the first half, putting it on Alabama in Bryant-Denny Stadium. I mentioned Joe Milton, 16 of 22, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and they've ran the ball for 100 yards. So not unbelievable, but on pace to run for 200. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alabama's going to have to work some serious magic in the second half of this game, not only to win the game, but forget winning the game, to keep from getting blown out. 20-7, and it could be worse. Tennessee's had to settle for a couple of field goals. My God. I don't want to hear anything else from Alabama fans. I'm live streaming the game. Y'all are welcome to come hang out and watch the second half with us right here on this channel. Where are the Alabama fans? They have completely disappeared. They're nowhere. Now, of course, the Tennessee fans are everywhere. Unfortunately, Alabama, for the second year in a row, is going to cause one of the biggest internet diseases in the history of mankind, where all these Tennessee fans come out from rocks and shit that they've been hiding under since 1998 and start typing about how they're back and they're winning it all and they're the greatest. They did all this last year. They beat Alabama last year. They became the most obnoxious fan base in internet history in a matter of days after beating Alabama last year. And it lasted 3 or 4 weeks until Georgia absolutely beat the soul and will to live out of them and finally shut them up. And it looks like that's probably what's going to have to happen again. Alabama is going to cause Tennessee fans to be 10 foot tall and bulletproof and run their mouth. Let me ask you this. What do y'all think's worse? What do y'all think's more embarrassing? Alabama getting blown out by a bad Tennessee team? Or Tennessee getting blown out by a bad Florida team? Which is worse? I don't know. Oregon and Washington State, great game there. 3-point game, or 4-point game at halftime. 17-13. Missouri might be the best team in the East. It might not even beat Georgia. Missouri's beating South Carolina 24-3 at halftime. Unbelievable. Iowa up on Minnesota 10-3 at halftime. Houston losing to Texas 21-7. Let's see. Is there anything else of note going on here? 7-7 Pitt. No one cares about that. West Virginia beating Oklahoma State 17-13. That's going to be a good game. Halftime at that one too. And a boop. All right, yeah, there you go. There's your halftime update. Man, Alabama fans, Y'all are down real bad. Who are we blaming? Last year it was Pete Golding and whoever else, the offensive coordinator. Are you blaming Tommy Reese now? Blaming Kevin Steele? Blaming Jalen Mildew? Some of y'all pumped Mildew up after he had one good game on the road at Texas A&M. I don't understand. What do you believe? What you've seen him do 6 or 7 times, or what you've seen him do 1 time? I mean, come on. The guy's no good. But to be honest, it's not just a mildew problem. Alabama's got a laundry list of problems. The offensive line can't block. The secondary is a huge letdown yet again. The running backs are average at best. Outside of Jermaine Burton, you don't have a single wide receiver that would ever even step on the field at most SEC schools. It's hard to understand what's happened to Alabama. Here's what I do know, though. Nick Saban's got an awfully nice retirement home he's already purchased down in Jupiter, Florida, and his wife's probably already packing up their shit. Halftime score, Tennessee a lot, Alabama 7.